Welcome back to Flicks on Tap. It has been a very long time. So we're going to start this episode off as we always do, talking about our beers. I'm very excited to get us back into this. We're going to be watching movies and talking about them like always. But in the meantime, let's get started with this beer. We're drinking Karl Strauss's barrel-aged 36th anniversary Imperial Pastry Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. Since it is a heavy beer, 13%, we're going to be sharing it in our little glasses over here. As I pour them, let's start talking. So, I think our last...
beautiful looking. Sorry.
No, you're good. In our last episode, which was about 6 months ago, we discussed Nosferatu. A lot of movie stuff has happened since. We haven't been posting, we haven't been recording, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get back into it, and I want everyone to come along on this film journey with us. So, Steven, what kind of get back in the flow? What have you been watching? What have you liked? What have you disliked? What are you excited for? Let's kind of just start off talking about what's happened since our last episode.
Yeah. Well, first, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
all right.
That's delicious.
That is a good beer. So, very sweet. A lot of sweet chocolatey notes with a little bit of underlying some fruitiness to it, which is good. Kind of has like that breakfasty taste, which I like in a good stout.
It's delicious.
So,
I mean,
it's great.
I love a stout anyway.
Yeah.
So. No, okay. So I watch all of my I watch all of my superhero movies. A lot of the animated ones. I think before Jurassic World, the movie that I watched most recently was Elio. Watched that I'm into my birthday weekend. We watched that.
That's Pixar, right?
Yeah. It was so cute. It was. I wasn't sure what to expect going in. I wasn't sure because they didn't really advertise it.
Yeah, no, I didn't see much about it.
Too much.
At all.
The only time I actually saw anything any sort of excitement around it was when I went to D23.
Oh yeah.
And they had a little clip or something from there. So that was.
But that's such a niche group of people that of course are going to be talking about it.
Yeah. But that one was really cute. It's about this little boy who wants to be abducted by aliens because he doesn't he doesn't have a place on Earth. He doesn't feel like he has a place on Earth.
Very relatable.
Yeah, and so he is abducted because they send out a message. Earth has already done that, sent out a message to find if there's any sort of intelligent life out there. They hear it, they come, and then they take him. So that's basically where the story is.
And you like that, you said, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. For me, I've been watching a lot of old stuff. I've been doing a lot of catching up on movies. So I watched the one that sticks out to me the most recently that I watched was it's called Easy Rider. It's from 1969.
Oh, yep, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, so it's this counterculture hippies on motorcycles, and they do a drug deal, and then they go and they take LSD in a cemetery. And it's Jack Nicholson's breakout role. Dennis Hopper's the director. He stars in it with Peter Fonda and Jack Nicholson. It's a really cool movie. It was done on such a small budget and made a lot of money, and so it kind of is credited as being one of the movies that started the more independent cinema of the 70s, which is my favorite. So I really liked it. It broke into my top 10 movies, which doesn't happen very often for me. And so I really enjoyed it. It was a great movie. I also watched on that same note, The Long Goodbye, which is from the 70s, Elliot Gould. It's a private eye movie. It was really good. Yeah. I really enjoyed that one. But
you really went back in time.
I did. I've been like I said, I've been doing a lot of catching up on stuff that I've been meaning to watch, and so I watched those. And then I watched a lot of A24 horror movies that I've been meaning to watch. So I watched Heretic recently, which was decent. I'm not gonna say it was a bad movie or anything, but it was enjoyable. I watched it. It was fun. I liked. I didn't like, but I watched The Woman in the Yard. It was very slow to start, and it kind of had an interesting story. And as I'm watching it, I'm okay, this movie's definitely about mental health.
Yeah.
And so that's what it was about. Essentially, it was this woman who wanted to commit suicide, and it kind of takes on this more horror aspect where there's a demon who's pushing her to do it.
Oof,
or a demon, a ghost, whatever you call it. I don't know. But
some sort of other entity.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was good. It was entertaining. It was a little slow at the beginning for a horror movie. But movies are kind of making a comeback for me, in my opinion. I've really been liking a lot of the stuff I've been watching in theaters. And so I'm happy, and I'm really wanting to get this podcast back up and running just because of that.
Well, especially from July. I remember I forgot other movies were coming out in June, except for, like, I was so excited for July. I was so excited for this month for movies in particular, that I was like, at the beginning of June, I was like, what is coming out? I'm forgetting that How to Train Your Dragon came out. Mm-hmm. That one was interesting. It was truly because I watched the original trilogy in preparation to get excited about it. It is a shot-for-shot, line-for-line remake of the original one.
That's interesting.
It wasn't bad. Like, it was actually very, very cute. It was just, like, funny because I had obviously just watched the movies, and so I was like, the lines are fresh in my brain, and I was like, I know what the next thing you're gonna say is.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that, and then Elliot. I don't remember if I saw anything else in June. Those are the two big ones. But this month in particular, I was so excited for because we had Jurassic World, we had Superman, and then Fantastic Four in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Very, very excited for that one.
Yeah. So this episode is going to mostly be about Superman, as we've been talking about. But before we get into that, I'm really excited for next week, which is Eddington.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Showed you the trailer for that. Excited for that. I'm so excited because I recently watched Beau is Afraid for the first time, which is the same director, Ari Aster. And I liked his first two movies, Hereditary and Midsommar. And when Beau is Afraid came out, I was really excited for it because I really like Joaquin Phoenix, who's the star of that movie. Mm-hmm. But I saw a lot of bad reviews, so I didn't bother to go see it in theaters. And then it was on Max, and so I watched it. And I loved Beau is Afraid. A lot of people did not like it. A lot of people are disturbed by it. They think it's like this weird thing, but I think it's like a really good like allegory for like anxiety. The whole movie is a very like anxiety causing scene. Like everything that happens is just like so stressful. But like if you look at it from like the artistic standpoint of this is what's kind of happening in this man's head, even if it's not in reality, it's such a cool way of looking at, once again, like mental health. Like the way that it tackles the subject is really interesting because it kind of causes you to feel what the character's feeling, which if a movie can do that, that's impressive, in my opinion.
Because I know like this movie came out, I did not want to watch it, but that same anxious feeling, mm-hmm. My mom feels so like, no matter when she's watching, feels so much anxiety from the scene from 28 Days Later where they're in like that tunnel and they're trying to change his tire, right? Yeah. I only bring that up because like 28 Years just came out.
Did you watch that?
No, I did not because neither. I do not.
Oh, like you don't like zombies? That's right. That's right.
So I was like, so you're just like when you're describing like all the like the anxiety, I'm like I'm good. I feel anxiety watching movies that don't like purposely try to elicit that.
Yeah. I kind of also half watched a movie yesterday called Opus. It just came out on Max.
I think I saw that. Oh, I didn't see it, but I saw that it was on Max.
But it was not great, and it felt a lot like Midsommar to me, where it's like it's a journalist who goes to see this cult, and she kind of gets dragged into it, and of course there's a lot of like killing and stuff that happens within the cult, so it felt very Midsommar to me, so it didn't feel like fresh and original. There was some originality to it, of course, just because it's its own movie, but it was decent. I wouldn't rewatch it ever, and I was only like half watching it, but it was okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just trying to catch up on everything, watch as much Muse stuff as possible too. Have you seen Jurassic World yet? The new one?
Yes.
You did? Okay, so I'm going Wednesday, and so we'll have an episode about that very soon.
I was about to say something. I was like, I'm gonna hold my thoughts.
Yeah, we gotta hold out on that one because we'll get a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to what this episode's about is Superman, which I was so surprised with, and I was so happy because I just had such, you know me, for a long time now, I've had these like very like dejected feelings towards superhero movies where I kind of feel like it's running on the same formula and then they're just kind of trying to make them for money and not the love anymore. And so when I saw Superman and it had like a nostalgic feeling towards my childhood, I was very excited about it. And what got me with that was I saw the original teaser or trailer, I forget, and they had the original John Williams score. Mm-hmm. That's how I knew I would at least have to watch this one in theaters just to get that experience.
All of it. Well, even like in the because I just in preparation for today because I didn't have time to prepare. Like normally, you know, I love to like get really excited about a movie, so I'm gonna watch all the other things around it. And so I didn't get that chance, but I had some free time today, so I watched the original 1978. I think it's 78 Superman movie, and then Man of Steel. But like for the Superman like movie, it had a lot of like these like not neon lights, but that like you know like how it said like Superman and it was like in very like
it's just like
psychedelic,
it was like a brighter movie in general, yeah.
But I feel like that was like a callback to some of like the laser light show type thing from the 78 movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of that.
That's what I'm saying. It felt more genuine to what I grew up with, at least. Mm-hmm. I never read too many Superman comics, but from what I could tell and what I remember is this one felt very accurate. Like, I really love Henry Cavill. You know that I love Batman vs Superman. That's one of like my favorite superhero movies ever.
Really?
I love it. It's so good.
That's so interesting.
I really have I like it a lot because my favorite villain theme song ever is "The Red Capes Are Coming." The Lex Luthor theme from that movie is so good, so good.
That's
I don't know why for some reason that theme stuck out to me so much.
Yeah,
and I'll listen to that soundtrack all the time. It's so well done. I love Hans Zimmer.
I rewatched that like a long time ago, and like upon the rewatch, I was like, oh, this wasn't actually as awful as I like remembered it to be.
I immediately
but I still think that's so funny that is one of your favorite superhero movies. Like, how interesting.
Yeah, I was having a conversation yesterday after the movie, and I realized that like my issue with superhero movies is just like they're not usually my cup of tea, which is why I think I like that one so much.
Yeah.
So I was talking about how I never watched Joker 2.
Oh, I didn't watch that one either.
And I was told that based on my like film preferences that I might actually enjoy it. And so I'm considering watching it now because I was explaining to someone how Joker 2 or Joker 1 is just a ripoff of The King of Comedy. It's a movie from the 80s. Mm-hmm. And it's just Robert De Niro, who is this like stand-up comedian who wants to become a stand-up comedian. He like sits in his basement all day and like pretends he's on TV shows and stuff, and he starts stalking Jerry Lewis's character, who's a late night host.
Oh.
And it is so reminiscent of Joker 2.
So you literally just described Joker.
Exactly. And so I was describing this movie to our friend Teray, and she was telling me like, oh, you should watch Joker 2. I feel like you might actually like that movie based on the fact that you like this other movie so much. And so I'm thinking of revisiting it.
If you do, I will watch it with you because I was excited about Lady Gaga in it, but then I heard that she's not even in it too much.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even hear that.
And I could be wrong, but that's just like what I had heard. Mm-hmm. But I did hear that like the director was like purposely trying to like separate his Harley from like normal Harley, which like made me mad because I was like, this is like, there's nothing wrong with like her as a character.
Yeah,
like, we know that. I mean, there's things wrong with her, right? But like in terms of like that, like it's not our Harley isn't like this, or it's like not like this, and I'm just like, okay, this feels a little.
But he kind of did that with the
pick me girl.
He kind of did that with the whole movie, in general. Like, he really separated Joker from any like superhero content that was coming out at all. And it's just its complete own thing. If you watch that as a standalone and don't even think about it as like a Joker movie, it works on its own. And so I feel like that's probably what he tried to do with the sequel, as someone who hasn't seen it. But who knows? So we'll have to watch that.
We'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
But also this, spoiler for Superman, because I do want to talk about like actual things.
Yeah, we got to get into it.
There's going to need to be like, this is, if you haven't watched it, pause and then go watch it and then come back. My brother has not watched it yet, so I'm hoping that he watches it like much sooner rather than later, so that I can be like, you need to watch this episode.
No, I was very excited to go watch it.
I loved that movie. So normally when I watch a movie, because I have because I have the Regal app, right?
Yeah.
Regal. I go see the movies more than once because I'm just like, oh, I might as well. And I try to wait to give any sort of reaction about how I feel about like a movie, more specifically superhero movies.
But you've seen this one twice now, right?
Twice, okay. Yeah. I thought about going to see it again today, and then I was like, no, I need to actually be productive today, so I'm not going to go do that. But I might go see it later this week, just because it was so good. It was so fun, and it really was very comic booky. I think
it was
like the Man of Steel movies and just like all of the Snyderverse, right? Like they are like the superhero, the action, all of that stuff. But at like the root of it, that Superman isn't as like Superman-y as you would expect.
100%, yeah.
Whereas this one, like, it was so good.
It really was. It was great. So just right off the bat, what I noticed was they kind of just throw you in the action, which is fun.
Yeah.
I was really happy we didn't get another Superman origin story, to be honest with you, just because at this point, everyone knows the character. Everyone knows the backstory. They kind of gave it to you a little bit. They said something like, it was like 3 decades ago this happened, 3 decades ago this happened, 3 years ago this happened, 3 months ago this happened, 3 seconds ago this happened.
Because that whole little like text thing came from David Cornsweet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is a huge Star Wars nerd. Like he is like on a not real campaign, but campaign to be an X-wing fighter in Star Wars. That for him. But so like James Gunn had a lot of like conversations with the actors about like how they wanted to like be a part of the movie, and so like that was his idea. So,
that's cool.
Like instead of like a long like text wall, it was just like, here's some text to get you caught up, so now you can go into the story.
Yeah, and I really like that because we got right into it. Superman just lost the battle. That's how it starts. No spoilers, really. And Crypto shows up, kind of gets him back to the Fortress of Solitude, gets his little robots in the fortress, heal him up.
I love the robots.
They were cool. They were really cool. I was kind of iffy about them at first just because I don't remember that being in any of the like original, like the source materials.
Oh, yeah. There was a robot in Man of Steel.
Okay, you're right. There was. Okay. But anyways, so when I saw those robots, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But it worked out really well.
Yeah.
And then in typical James Gunn fashion, he names it at the very end.
Yep. I love Gary.
Yep. So that's fun. But there's a lot of... One of my first things was a lot of the time is I would notice it's a James Gunn movie from just like little signature things that he would do.
Mm-hmm. And not just the people who were in the movie.
Exactly. Of course, there's the people. But then at the same time, just like some of the jokes or the way things would work out.
Yeah.
So one thing that I really liked, I don't want to say this in a spoiler way, but it's very important that Lex Luthor's girlfriend is taking selfies the whole time.
Yes.
And when it first started happening, I was like, that's so cheesy. Why are they including this?
Yeah.
But then when it comes full circle and you see why it's included, it makes a lot of sense. And so I'm happy that it wasn't just like I hate Gen Z females who take selfies everywhere. Because that's kind of what it felt like to me at first.
Yeah. It felt like, and she felt very superficial.
Yes.
She was pulled from, like, her character was pulled from the original Superman movies too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Eve Tessmacher.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, she was the, like, Gene Hackman, right? That was Lex Luthor. He was the one who would always yell, like, Miss Tessmacher? Like, that was her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't seen this since I was a kid.
Oh, I mean, I just watched. So that's, yeah.
Yeah.
But Otis was his little, like, lackey guy, and he was the, kind of like the head person in the little control room. Mm-hmm. That was him, too.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That reminds me, though, I really liked this Lex Luthor.
Oh, my God. He was... I have always... So I grew up... I love Superman. I don't know if you know. Like, Superman was kind of like my... my gateway drug into all things superheroes, specifically Smallville, which I just learned that David Cornsweet, that was his introduction to like Superman too. I'm like, oh my God, are we gonna be friends?
That's so cool.
So I like grew up watching Smallville, like, and that was like my entry into DC Universe, which was like everything else. Like learned to read and write Kryptonian, like that was like deep cut. But that Lex Luthor was my favorite for a really, really long time. It was Michael Rosenbaum. Mm-hmm. And now, I don't know. I can't decide who's my favorite Lex Luthor.
So, how do you feel about Jesse Eisenberg?
Oh, well, absolutely not. No. You mean, how do I feel about Jesse Eisenberg playing Jesse Eisenberg again?
Yeah.
No, this, like, the cast was so well cast. And like,
it was great.
Everything.
I really loved it. Because even like the, what do they call it? The Justice Gang?
Yes.
So good. I really liked it. Because when they kept initially making all these announcements about, this character's going to be in it, this character's going to be in it, this character, everyone was like, how is he going to tie this into a coherent movie?
Right.
And it worked so well. Like, it really did, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was, when I first watched it, I was like, there's a lot happening. Mm-hmm. There's a lot.
There was a lot.
There's a lot happening, but a lot all worked out together. Like, it ties in. It wasn't ever like, it was like, I'm throwing all these people in just to throw them in. It was like, here's this person. They have a role. They're going to play some sort of thing. And
that's the thing, is that was a big issue I had towards the end of the Infinity Saga, was I felt like they were introducing characters that weren't necessary anymore. Yeah. And so that made me nervous about this movie. But the way these characters worked in, like you're saying, it worked out. It was a well-done movie that everybody played an important role in.
Yeah.
Which is always good, when there's not a bunch of just like fluff just to like please the fans, you know?
Who was your favorite out of the Justice Gang?
I really liked Guy Gardner, but I think that Mr. Terrific, the way he kind of makes the story work.
Yeah.
Is really cool. And so I can't decide between both of them but then at the same time, I was just telling you earlier, Hot Girl's little thing at the end with the evil character.
The guy, yeah.
That was really cool too. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Why this movie works so well for me. I can't decide. I liked all the characters so much.
Good.
And that rarely happens.
Like, Mr. Terrific, I think he's up there in terms of my favorite. But like I can't pick a favorite. Like I think my top 3 would be Superman, Lois. I guess I can't even do 3.
You're gonna throw Lois into your top 3?
I loved Lois Lane.
And you don't like Lois Lane?
No, I do like Lois Lane. Teray didn't like.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, I just remember I kept hearing that yesterday.
Yes,
and so that was just in my head.
So well, it's interesting though. After watching like the 1978 Superman and Man of Steel, like she is my favorite Lois of all 3 of them. Like when I think of Lois Lane, she gives like Meg from Hercules.
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah,
like that's
definitely.
What I think
and that's why I didn't like Amy Adams.
Same.
She was very off in the
Amy
role.
Adams.
Yes, I do too. Like, have you seen Arrival?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies. It's so good. But I didn't feel like Amy Adams was Lois Lane.
No, she
didn't sell it.
Her, and then even like, I'm blanking on her name, but the original Lois Lane.
I don't know.
Both of them were more damsel than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that I got mad at like Amy, like not mad at Amy Adams. Like she did her job. She did what she needed to. But like that, she wasn't that like that hard ass military brat.
And that's what was so cool about this one. It really worked out so well. And then, like I said, she played into that whole thing with Mr. Terrific, which worked out so great.
Yeah.
And so like, if they didn't make all these characters so well rounded, the movie wouldn't have worked.
No.
Just including them for the fan service.
Yep.
Yeah, no. But it was really good. And I'm really impressed just because the way a lot of these superhero movies have been going is just, it's been disappointing to me. I know you like them all.
Not to all an extent. Of them. Yeah, to an extent. But this one, I think what I loved most, and it's very, to what you were saying earlier about like James Gunn, very in James Gunn, like in the vein of James Gunn's movies, he pulled such random characters, right?
Did.
Like
he really did.
Like we all know who Hawk Girl is if you watch the JLU, but like,
yes.
And then like technically Mr. Terrific too, but he was like hasn't really been in too much other than JLU and the Arrowverse, but those were very very different. And then Guy Gardner is like such an asshole.
I was gonna say for me the thing that really shocked me was like why that Green Lantern. Because there's Green Lanterns that are so beloved in like
I think that's
superhero world, in the superhero like fan base, you know, that it was a shock that that's the one they chose to me.
Yeah, I think,
and it worked. It worked. I'm just so happy that it worked.
It was giving like the James Gunn humor for that too.
Exactly. Exactly. Like when there's a scene where he's like conjuring up all the middle fingers. That was so perfect.
Yep, that was great.
It was so perfect for that scene.
He's gonna be in the new Lantern show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're having in the huge slate of DC projects, one of them is a Lantern show, and it's focused around Hal Jordan. And
see, that's who I would have chosen, just like instinctively.
I would have chosen. No, I don't like Hal Jordan. I
but
like
just
John
instinctively.
Stewart.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
John Stewart is, in my opinion, the better Green Lantern. I know people disagree with me, but
exactly.
But apparently, Guy's going to be in that show too, and he's going to be in Peacemaker or have a little bit.
I saw the first season of Peacemaker and I really loved it, and I just never got around to
surprised that I would love it.
No, more of it.
They haven't released.
It hasn't come out yet. Okay,
no.
For some reason I thought it was out already.
It's coming out this year, but apparently, it's like kind of continuing season 1, but like because season 1 still took place in like the previous DC universe.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Which also, there's a little John Cena cameo in this as Peacemaker, which I loved to see because it's just I really like John Cena in that role. He plays it so well.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good. He's got a cinematic run going for himself right now too. I haven't watched that one movie he just came out with where he plays like the president or whatever with Idris Elba on Prime.
No, I haven't seen that one either, but I want to see it because they play so well off each other in the Suicide Squad, and so. Yep. Yeah, see.
Oh, I forgot about Suicide Squad. That's
No, the Suicide Squad.
Is there 2 different ones,
There's
right?
2, yeah, because there's the first one that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
How did that happen so fast? That's my question. How did that happen so fast?
I'm like, what's funny is that the he took the elements of Suicide Squad or not elements, characters from Suicide Squad that worked really, really well, i.e. Viola Davis is Amanda Waller, insert celebrity name, Rick Flag, and then Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, right? Those are the three that like we really cared about,
100%.
and I thought were, at least for Viola and Margot, like the best cast.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and so bringing
100%.
them back into like the Suicide Squad, I thought was really, again, deep cut characters. Like I had never heard of Peacemaker before.
No,
like,
me neither.
Never. Like the, I think I had heard of Ratcatcher, but that was about it.
I hadn't either.
Like, see, I still don't know how I feel about him as a person, but as a person,
he's horrible.
Yeah, like going into this movie though, I was like, I trust him with this movie because he did so well with all of the other movies.
He's a fan, you can tell, and that works.
Yeah.
Not always, but you can tell that the way he wants to do it is very genuine.
Yeah.
And so that's what's good for me, in my opinion. That's what really works. Because I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy so much. Mm-hmm. So James Gunn did a great job with that. And that, once again, those are characters I'd never heard of.
Same.
Before the movie came out, I was like, who is that? None of them. Yeah, who is that? And so that was cool. I liked him with Chris Pratt a lot, so I wonder if we'll see a Chris Pratt appearance in the DCU eventually.
Maybe. I mean, he has to die first in...
That's true.
In Marvel.
Are they like being like really stingy with like the rights or something to actors?
No, because
it's weird. There's not much crossover, huh?
No, well, like, so there's
Bradley Cooper as Rocket was in.
Yep.
As I forget what Superman's dad's name.
Jor-El.
Jor-El, yeah.
But I wonder if that was because it was just like James Gunn and not necessarily anything else. But
and then also this is a question I actually had for you. I don't know the name of this character, the one that James Gunn's brother plays for like 2 seconds on that news
Max
segment.
Lord.
Yeah, is that a big character who's going to come back for sure?
Well, I think for sure because he's funding the Justice Gang.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
okay,
he's funding the Justice Team. Oh, he actually is in at least one scene from Peacemaker 2. He might be in more, but like Max Lord is like this like businessman who was the character was played by Pedro Pascal in the second Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I don't know too much about him other than that he's like a corrupt businessman who like Wonder Woman killed at one point. That's all I know about him.
Okay, interesting. But I saw it and it felt like the way it was framed felt important to me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is going to come back at some point. I got to figure out who this is.
Yep, he funds them. He funds them and like makes. He made something else. He made Lois's recorder when she did her interview with Superman.
Oh, was it like a?
They said like Lord Tech on it. So
okay.
He just like makes things.
Nice, interesting.
Yeah. Who was your? Okay. Who was your like? Unexpected character that you were like unexpectedly drawn to.
I can't remember his name. This guy.
Metamorpho?
That one?
Yeah.
Metamorpho? Yeah. I really liked him. He was so fun. Like when you get introduced to him, he's not in a position to be a likable character. So you're just like, this guy's like kind of a villain right now.
Yeah.
And then you find out he's being held against his will. His son is being held hostage essentially. And then when Superman saves his son and they kind of form this bond, it was really heartwarming.
Team up, yeah.
And it was just like they had this like genuine mutual respect and understanding for each other after that, and he just stuck around for the rest of the movie helping out, and it worked out really well. That's
why I love like this Superman. Not that like the other Supermen don't do too well, but like it's like that genuine like, oh, you want to help him because he like wants to help you.
Exactly.
He saved a squirrel. Like
yes, I know, and that little bit was so important to me to establish the character. Like for a movie like this where you're introducing a new Superman actor, to introduce what kind of Superman you're showing, that little tiny 10-second clip where he goes out of his way to save a squirrel is so key to developing this character for who knows how many movies we're going to see him in.
Well, then it also definitely separates like him between like his type of Superman and like Henry Cavill's Superman, right? Because Henry Cavill's Superman destroyed a whole city.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I mean, he didn't destroy it, but like was very like, oh, I'm going to stop at any cost.
There was like a nonchalance to it.
The Justice League were acting in the like, oh, it's fine. We're just going to get the job done.
Yep.
And he's like, come on, y'all. Like, let's try.
Yeah.
Let's I think he did more, what's the word? Like, not course correction. He did more, like, perimeter, like, keeping than actually fighting the monster.
Yeah.
I loved the monster. When he was little, he was so funny.
And so that's another good thing about this movie too, is like the little minor characters and the things that you don't think are gonna play a huge role, or they're good, they're fun.
Yeah.
It makes for a well-rounded movie where you're never bored, which is like a lot of the times movies will drag on nowadays, is what I've noticed. And so the fact that something's always happening on screen that you're into, it's so good.
Well, I was nervous looking at the runtime. The runtime is like, honestly, less than 2 hours.
I think it was 2 hours, 9 minutes.
Oh, the whole, like, with credits and everything?
I'm not sure. That's what Evan told me before we went in.
Oh, well, thanks, Evan. But even still, like, a 2-hour movie, I was like, are we gonna... Because I'm so conditioned to, like, super long superhero movies where, like, you need all 3 hours to tell a story. I'm like, is it gonna feel rushed? Are we gonna, like, miss out on something?
No, and it didn't at all. That's what was so cool.
It felt
so good.
It was so nice.
The pace was perfect.
Yeah.
And so on my Letterboxd account, which is where I review all my movies, I gave it a 4-star.
I saw that.
4 stars for me for a superhero movie is like almost unheard of nowadays. Like Dark Knight's up there with that, of course, for me. But even like I said, I love Batman vs Superman. I think it's like a 3.5 for me.
Did you watch The Batman?
The Batman I love. I love Detective Batman, and that's what we got with that movie. And so...
And that's, I think, what we got with this movie.
This too, exactly. We go back to the roots of DC, in my opinion. And I don't know where DC was going for so long.
I don't think DC knew where they were going for so long.
And that's what the issue was, I think.
There was no... Those movies, my favorite of those movies is Birds of Prey.
I didn't even watch that. I didn't even watch it. Did you like Snyder Cut? Justice League?
Long. It is very, very
But I remember
long.
liking it. And I only watched it the day it came out. And then I was like, this was good, and I never revisited it.
I don't think I watched it the day it came out. I think I was pushing it off because I was like, it's like 4 hours.
But I hated the one I saw in theaters.
Oh yeah, no, that one was not it. Like, I think I liked the Snyderverse cut. It was just like, it is a commitment that you have to like invest in. And I was like, okay, if I have the time, yes, I will invest in this. But I think I watched it during the pandemic. That's when it came out, right? Sometime
around then, yeah.
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 But no, of those movies was Harley Quinn. So it's a Harley Quinn solo film called Birds of Prey, but it's not super connected.
Are we still getting more Margot Robbie then, do you think?
I hope so. Because she has been, out of the DCEU, she was my favorite.
She was like the best.
She was the best.
Yeah, she was the best for sure.
I think she was in, her and or Ben Affleck might have been in the most of the things.
Really? Ben Affleck too?
Ben Affleck was in Suicide Squad.
Yes, but only for a short period.
He's still there.
I guess so.
He was in that. He was in Batman vs. Superman. And then Justice League. Oh, he was in The Flash too. Never mind.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. Yep.
Maybe
he was actually showing up a bit. I forgot about that.
And now he never wants to be in a superhero movie ever again. Because everyone hated him.
I was going to say, that's just such a bad, universe to have hopped into, though, for him. Yeah. Because I think he could have been decent.
I think I liked his Batman.
I did, too.
I didn't like that he was killing people, but, But everyone was killing people.
I kind of felt like, maybe that's a rule that needs to be broken.
No. It needs to stay. What are you talking about? They're all... that's his whole thing, is that, he doesn't kill, he doesn't use guns, all of these things. But he's going to get a movie, him and Robin, later down in the pipeline. So it's...
Oh, nice.
So we had Superman next year. We have Supergirl.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for next year. There's Batman, Brave and the Bold. So it's him and Damian Wayne Robin.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. I remember that from the cartoons.
Clayface.
That was the cartoons, right? Was the Brave and the Bold?
That was a cartoon.
That sounded very familiar.
There's a Clayface movie. A Wonder Woman movie is coming. Swamp Thing.
Do we have a Wonder Woman casting yet?
No. We don't even have a... I think the only people we have casted are everyone in this movie. Supergirl and Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Yes, I know that one. Which is interesting. Is there a movie set for him even?
His own movie?
Just any casting for him at all. Besides, so we know he's Lobo, but do we know what his appearance?
In Supergirl.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's in Supergirl. And Jason Momoa said that this is like, he's really excited because that's his favorite. That's his favorite character.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's very on par with him too.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. I liked his Aquaman. It was all right. It wasn't good or bad in my opinion.
It was funny as I saw someone ranking like the DCEU movies on YouTube, and they put Aquaman pretty high up, which surprised me because I was like, it was fine.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
But it wasn't like, I think I was surprised. Like I was like taking down our Christmas tree once, and I was like, I just need background noise, and I was like, let me put on a movie that I didn't care about. So it was either that or Shazam. And I ended up getting caught up in Shazam.
I like
Shazam.
Shazam.
I was so mad because I was going to be productive, and then it drew me in. But did you watch the second one?
No. You don't need to watch it. I also didn't watch Black Adam, which I was excited for initially, and then I didn't bother once it came out. That happens to me a lot, is once I get excited about a movie, it comes out or some critics see it and they talk about what it actually is, and it destroys my expectations, and I'm like, I'm not going to bother. Yeah. I'm not going to bother at all.
No, you're good. That was a good choice on your part. It was fine. It was, it had Viola Davis in it, which is great. I liked who they casted as Hawkman. I liked a lot of the supporting cast.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was watching Black Adam, it was just The Rock.
But that's what The Rock is usually.
And that's what The Rock is usually. Except for the movie that we saw.
I was about to say that I'm so excited for the Smashing Machine.
He didn't even, like...
There's a lot of prosthetics.
Okay.
If you look up Mark Kerr, who he's playing in the movie, he looks a lot like him. Like, they did a great job with the prosthetics.
Got it, okay.
And also, I forget which one of the Safdie brothers is directing it, but I love the Safdie brothers. They kind of are some of the ones who... They did this movie called Good Time with Robert Pattinson a few years ago, 2017, I believe. And it kind of really, for me, that was the first movie I saw outside of Twilight where I was like, Robert Pattinson's a good actor. I really like this movie, Good Time.
Okay.
And so I'm really excited for whichever one, I forget which brother it is, because I think they kind of don't do it together anymore. So when they first started directing, they were doing movies together, and now they kind of have done their own things.
Got it.
One of them, I think Benny Safdie was in Oppenheimer.
Oh.
And so they're just doing their own career path now, but I'm really excited for this movie because I'm a huge UFC fan. I know like the story of Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman and their like little rivalry that's going to be depicted in the movie.
Got you.
I'm super excited.
Even with the prosthetics of like his body build, I grew up watching
huge.
The Rock too.
Yeah.
Like, and like I grew up watching The Rock, and then seeing him like in his Hollywood career, I'm like used to like his build. In this one, I was like,
he did a lot of different style of training to prepare for it because he was doing, there were clips of him training MMA, which is definitely going to work you out way different than what he would like regularly work out. Yeah. So his body looks very interesting for this too. Like I'm so excited because he got really committed for this role.
He did.
And so I'm hoping the movie does it justice because
he's got his dramatic chops in there too.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. I was really excited to see if he actually kind of proves people wrong. That because, like you just said, everyone thinks he's just himself every time he does anything. Yeah. And so if he can prove that wrong and do a really good dramatic performance, I'll be excited.
Which I would love because like a lot of his stuff, like a lot of his older stuff, like it was like very like fun and I enjoyed it. Like it's just like more recent. I think more recent where like The Rock is like, oh, this is me. Like, I'm an actor. Like you need to know who I am. Type
if
thing.
If you noticed, in the trailer, it doesn't say Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
it says Dwayne Johnson now. And so he is kind of shedding that old persona, I think. And so we'll see. I'm excited. I also am really excited because I got the vibe from the trailer that it's going to be similar to the Iron Claw, which came out, I think, last year or the year before. And that was
Zac Efron movie?
Yes. One of my favorite movies the year it came out. It was so good. And Zac Efron like made me cry at the end of that movie. Like Evan was like crying by the end of that movie. It was so powerful. And so if The Rock can use this movie as like this similar type of vehicle to elicit that type of performance, it'll be really cool to see. Because I honestly can't believe that movie, the Iron Claw, didn't get as much awards and recognition as it did. It just was kind of slept on, in my opinion. And it was a fantastic movie. It was so good in every aspect. The acting was good. The story was great. And it's a true story too. So if you know anything about it, it's super tragic. And so like the fact that they just kind of brushed it under the rug was like, wow, that was like the perfect movie. It was such a good movie. It had everything that you could want out of it.
Yeah.
And it kind of got ignored, which made me sad.
It's also a very niche audience too.
It is. But the thing is, and that's where I have an issue with this, is like, I don't think you have to necessarily be a wrestling fan to enjoy the movie. Because like I said, there's a lot of family stuff in it. There's a lot of drama in it. There's a lot of just real life in it that I feel can appeal to anyone. And Jeremy Allen White, I think that was his first movie role outside of like TV shows. And he did such a great job. And then I forget his name. It's like I think he might be a British guy. He plays the third brother in that movie. So Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White. I can't remember his name. Something Harrison or something. Yeah, look it up because he was actually the best performer in that movie. But his character got, spoiler, his character dies off very early. But his performance was amazing. But yeah, there's 3 brothers in it.
That's why it was so good, because you only needed to be in the movie for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Okay, Iron Claw.
Yeah, I've really loved Iron Claw. If you have not seen Iron Claw, it's on Max now. Everybody should check that movie out. It is just such a well-done movie overall.
So Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson.
Harris Dickinson. He is so good in that movie. He blew my mind. I never heard of him before.
I probably have seen him in something.
I'm sure he's been in stuff that we've seen, but I never had heard his name before. And seeing him act in that movie, I was like, he's stealing the show. And then he died. And I was like, I liked him.
Oh, speaking of death, going back to Superman, that one death, I was like, oh, okay.
We got one death in Superman, and it was the most heartbreaking death.
It was so sad. I was like, oh,
why?
Okay. Like,
and I didn't think it was gonna happen. I was like, as it's on screen, I'm like, how is Superman gonna save him? Oh shoot, he just died.
Right. But it also like it was just like it felt interesting. Like, so again, going. I mean, we don't know this movie is Lex Luthor, so it's fine. But like, there are certain times when Lex, like at least in comic books and like in other media too, Lex doesn't want to get his hands dirty. He's like, I'm gonna have someone else.
I've noticed that big time.
But then there are the times when like he's like, you know what, I'm actually going to do it. And I think it's a lot of the times when it's connected to Superman is when he's like, I'm going to like be a little more messy because you can't prove that I'm doing this.
That's an interesting perspective. I never thought of that.
Yeah, like
that makes sense though.
It's because it's that personal aspect because he's so obsessed with Superman. He's like, I'm going to get my hands dirty for you, and that's it.
I saw this video on Instagram Reels this morning. It was just like a bald guy chugging vodka, and it said, every time Lex Luthor sees Superman being a good person.
Yes.
And so I was like, yep, that's all it was. That was the whole movie.
I was truly like blown away. Like, it was just so good.
Well, did you see the pay that the 3 main cast members got? I was actually really shocked that Superman wasn't the highest paid actor.
I was surprised, but then also was like not surprised because like Nicholas Hoult has been in so many things.
Yes, he's very popular. He's a great actor, but it's Superman. The movie Superman.
I know, right? But like, you know, he had auditioned to be Superman.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
But it's also fun. Like I've been watching them on social media a lot. Like he and like David are like super buddy. It's giving very much Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande last year.
I like that. That's fun.
They did the like variety lie detector test thing.
Oh, that's so cool. I gotta go watch that. That's fun.
Their friendship is so cute. But did you realize that it was an X-Men reunion too?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think of that at first. You just made me realize that.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was it was really funny to me. Before we went to the movie, I was watching movies with Trey in the morning. We watched X. Have you heard of that movie?
No.
It's a kind of like a slasher movie. It's really cool. I really liked X. If it's also on Max right now, I would recommend it if you like slashers.
Spend the whole day on Max.
I love Max. They have everything I want to watch.
Yep.
But so X is really good. It's takes place in like 1979. These kids go up to make. Well, they're not kids. They're adults. They're making a porno movie.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and so they rent this like cabin. But the guy who owns the cabin lives on the property, and his wife comes and kills everyone, essentially. That's the story. Yeah, she's insane. But then it's a trilogy. And so the first movie is X, and this like 90-year-old lady kills everyone. And then the next movie is a prequel called Pearl, and it's about the wife. and you get to see why she went insane and why she's killing people. And this was so crazy because I had no idea he was in it. David Corenswet is the first kill in that movie.
Oh, but that's also really funny.
But I was like, I'm watching this like an hour before we leave to Superman. I'm like, Superman just died. No, he's such a good actor. No, I didn't know him from anything else.
Did you not watch Hollywood?
No, I didn't, but I think I would like it. It's my type of movie, I think.
So I want to watch...
Or show, right? Show.
Yeah, it's a show. Yeah. He was in that, and then he was also in The Politician on Netflix as well.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch that either. I know that it's like... It focuses on a gay character, and I think David is also gay in there. I really only want to watch the things where he's either Superman or where he's gay. Like, I'll watch other things, but I'm like, That
tracks for you.
It does. Right? But no, in Hollywood, because that's where I first saw him, and he was so good.
Is he gay?
So genuine.
The actor?
No. I had to take a pause for that. No,
a little moment of silence for you.
But he plays gay really well.
But yeah, no, I thought it was funny. I saw him that same day in something else that I had no clue he had a part of. Because I've been meaning to watch those movies for a long time too. But yeah, so there's 3 of those, X, Pearl, and Maxine. And so I watched Pearl and X in the morning, and it just so happened that David Cornswet was in it. I was like, that's cool.
So funny.
What are the odds of that? But they're really good. And what's cool about those movies too is that they each take on the style of the decade that they're filmed in. So the 70s one looks exactly like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Exactly like it. And it takes place in Texas. And so I kept getting vibes to it. So I ended up watching 2 of those later in the day too.
Were they also
I watched
on Max?
a lot of, no, Prime.
Okay.
But I watched a lot of movies yesterday, actually. A lot of movies. But so, yeah, the first one, X, looks exactly like a 1970s slasher movie. Yeah. Exactly. And then when you get to Pearl, it takes place in like 1919 during the influenza. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a Technicolor 1940s movie. It looks like The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's cute.
It's so cool. And so I'm really curious to see what Maxine looks like. Because I think that one takes place either in the late 80s or the 90s. And so if that trilogy keeps that whole like era-specific style, it'll be really cool to see that. Because they pulled it off so well too. And also in X, Kid Cudi is in it, and he's really good actually. I was surprised that he's a good actor.
I'm just thinking if it was in like the 90s, I'm like thinking about the very, like a lot of the leather and then like the very specific lighting they had in every movie from the 90s.
And that's what I'm saying is in the first 2 that I watched, they pulled off those tiny little details so fantastically. Everything looks so of the time that I was like, wow, I wish that more movies tried to do like their era pieces this way.
Yeah.
Because it looked so good.
Dang. Okay.
Like they should have done like First Avenger looking like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, right.
That would have been fun.
Okay. Who do you think, so with the new movie already out, who is your favorite Superman portrayal in either television, animation, or film?
It's definitely David Corenswet now. I don't even doubt that at all. I really like him. And before it was Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Was it just Henry Cavill because of his build? Or?
Yes, I think he just looked so much like the comic book Superman that I was like, I loved it. It just felt so nice to see that on screen. Mm-hmm. But like I was just saying, the accuracy of David Corenswet is why I like him. The accuracy is great. Because I honestly don't think he looks like his build isn't as Superman as it could.
I mean, we can find some Superman panels where they look very...
That's true.
I think I actually was doing some reflection about Henry Cavill's Superman, and it was comic accurate to the time, right?
Okay.
Maybe, and I need to go back.
There's so many comics too. That's the other thing you got to realize, because like,
oh, I know.
With things like Batman, for example, like I said, Robert Pattinson's Detective Batman is so good, but then Christian Bale's Batman is so different, but it's perfect to that comic, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It perfectly suits that. And so I don't know much about the Superman comics, but is there a Henry Cavill-esque comic?
I would say the closest would be like the New 52. The New 52 was like a very dark time for DC. That was like when Superman was dating Wonder Woman for a bit. Like it was very like edgy, and so I think a lot of the DCE was taking from that.
Okay, that makes sense.
I also could be wrong. I didn't read too much Superman during Rebirth.
Okay.
But I mean, that was when he lost his trunks, and now his trunks are back. So,
yeah. I thought that was interesting too. I like that.
David had we're on first name basis. David had a thought about that too, where like James Gunn was like, how do we make the trunks work? They just look so ridiculous. And like David was like, well, you know, Superman is such a like all powerful like godly type being, like. Maybe he needs to look a little silly to make people feel more comfortable around him.
Oh wow, that's a good way of looking at that. That's interesting.
Right.
And then I had another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about like Henry Cavill kind of being like an Injustice type of Superman?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean he kills.
Not quite, but exactly.
I can see because like he was put on such a high pedestal that like Injustice Superman ended up putting himself on.
Exactly.
But I think like humanity put Superman up there, and he was like pushing against it, but then also was like, but I am like this like all powerful being.
Yeah.
And I think if it was similar to the Injustice story, like if something had happened to Lois, or if it was like one small, I mean like he at the end of Snyderverse when we got like that vision into the future, like he was an agent of Darkseid too.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So yeah, I think you're right. It's very in line with like Injustice Superman.
Yeah, that's why I always kind of thought it was cool.
No,
That was something I agreed with.
I loved this one. I think you're right.
Who's your favorite though?
I think he might be my favorite too.
Wow.
Like it might be recency bias, so we have to check that. But
that's
like,
the other thing I'm thinking too.
I loved Tom Welling's Clark Kent.
I was gonna say that I don't associate him with Superman as much as I do with Clark Kent.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Or the Blur.
Yeah.
I did, but like he had 10 years to get really good at that character.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an article from Screen Rant that was talking about how like this movie may just be season 11 of Superman. I loved trying to think. I liked the DCAU Superman 2, but like in later like series, he didn't get as much of a spotlight as he did earlier on. One of my favorite Superman movies is actually an animated movie called Superman Unbound.
I haven't heard of that one. I don't think
it's on Max. You can watch it.
I remember when I was a kid and Superman. It was Doomsday, the one where he dies.
That
messed me up.
No, because
that was sad.
It looks like the animation is still like the Bruce Timm animation. I remember I was just telling Alex about this. I was watching it, and then when you see like Doomsday kill some people, I went,
"Yeah, no."
Am I allowed to watch this?
It really was so shocking to me because I was so young when it came out, and I was just like, "Wait, what's happening right now?"
It's all this blood, like on this cartoon. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen like blood in a cartoon.
That might be true for me too. I'm not sure, but it sounds about
shocking,
right.
And I was like, they remade it in, or they retold the Superman Doomsday kind of story in the later DC animated universe. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what that one was called, but it was essentially like the animated movies that they had like a continuous timeline. I don't know if that one had the same stakes or feelings as the other one. I mean, like he still died because it's Superman. But no, Superman Unbound it's him and Supergirl. I love me some Supergirl. Like I don't know what it is about her.
I honestly don't know much about her.
She's great. I love like between her CW show and like other like appearances that she's been in. But the Superman Unbound has Matt Bomer playing Superman.
Oh, okay.
Which we love, and then she's in it. And they're fighting Brainiac.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Which I really hope he's going to be a villain at some point.
Brainiac?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
I love Lex Luthor, but he's been done. Yes. Zod has been done multiple times too, both in the Christopher Reeve Superman and in the Henry Cavill one.
Yeah, we don't really need that.
We've seen Darkseid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want other ones. Give me Metallo. Give me Parasite.
It'd be interesting to see where that's the next thing I really wanted to dive into is how do you think the rest of the DCU is going to go now? Because this was very exciting to me.
Yeah.
I had no hopes for it at all, to be honest with you. I liked Peacemaker. I thought it was cool. But I was like, if the movies go any way like they have been, I'm not too excited. And then I heard such great things about Superman immediately that I was like, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
I loved it too. And that's the thing about me is I'm skeptical even when I hear good things, just because like I keep telling you, you know that I'm not super excited about the superhero movies anymore. And so I was like, this sounds really promising. And
it was.
It really was. I was not disappointed.
I don't know. I want to see where it leads to, right?
That's like, exactly what I'm saying.
So the first entry, I guess you would say, of James Gunn's DC universe was, it was a documentary, but like in terms of like the actual story was Creature Commandos. Which was
I forgot about that. Is that the animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also very violent, but it was good. It was...
Wait, what's the documentary you're talking about, though?
Oh, Super/Man.
Oh, I saw that. I never watched it, but I saw that.
I watched it on a plane. It made me cry. But the Creature Commandos was an anime. But like what James Gunn is saying is like, so he has his main DC universe, and then he has his like Elseworld stories. But the main DC universe, anything that happens within that is canon. And like, so the cartoons, the movies, the TV shows all connect, which I think is different than like Marvel, right? Marvel's TV or cartoons don't necessarily tie in. But the for the Creature Commandos, all of the actors who are voice actors are then expected to come in to be like real people. So like Rick Flag Sr., the guy, one of the government guys from the movie was voicing Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so he's
fun.
coming back.
I actually really like that concept. That's cool.
But because it was like Creature Commandos and then Superman and then Supergirl, I'm like, I feel like his universe isn't necessarily going to be on like a journey like how like Marvel had the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Where we were leading, we saw stones pop up everywhere.
This one didn't feel that way already.
No, it felt like, and I wonder if all of these movies are just going to exist as in like, oh, I'm going to be in this, like this is my story, but we're in the same universe. So like it would make sense if we saw like Superman in the Supergirl movie.
But it's not like a huge
But it's not like it's going to like lead up to something else. Like I feel like it's just each time we see something from him, we're just like a glimpse into that specific thing, but there's still other, I don't know, I could be making this up.
I think you could be right though, because my big thing was I had seen that there was a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. And if you know Marvel, it leads to the next movie. And these post and mid-credit scenes had absolutely no substance to anything that may happen in the future. Zero. Which is refreshing,
they were just
honestly.
Like cute little,
they were
cute little moments.
The mid one was him and Crypto looking over that was a beautiful shot. And that's all. There's nothing else to it other than it was beautiful. It was a well-made like composition, and that's it. But then the other one was just a joke with him and Mr. Terrific, and so like that was fun. And it's refreshing that it's not like this high-stakes thing all the time.
No, I wonder though, because of like some of how we saw like Rick Flag and Creature Commando, and then he showed up in Superman. I wonder if that's going to happen, right? So like if we see a character, even if it's not going to be like a major thing, but like if we see a character in one space, we're going to see him in another. Like where we have like Guy Gardner now, and then he and Hawkgirl are going to be in Peacemaker.
Exactly.
So I wonder if that's how like the connections are going to work.
And I think that'd be a much cooler way of doing it than forcing, like you said, like this big long journey.
Yeah.
Because for me, that really exhausted me with Marvel. If I would miss a movie, I felt like, I got to watch like 4 movies to catch up now.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's cool to just have them like make cameos, make appearances, be like, oh, look, there they are. That's awesome.
And you're like, I know who you are. And you're right.
They coexist.
They coexist, but we know that like this person has their own story, and this person, like, I mean, it's very similar to just like comic book runs, right? Just in general, where we have like, yes, we have big crossover events, but those don't happen all of the time. But we can see like, if I'm reading like a Nightwing story, I'm just going to be reading like his story, and like I can be invested into that, and then know like, oh, you know what? I actually want to go pick up like Superman, and then like read his things going on, and know that like Nightwing is also happening concurrently, but like my focus is right now on Superman.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's awesome. I think it'll work really well if they do pull that off that way. Like I was saying, about James Gunn earlier. He's a fan, and so hopefully he kind of gets that connection of what you're saying too, and makes it happen in that way. But one thing I was really excited for about this movie was that I knew that they were going to have a Odyssey trailer at the beginning. I loved Odyssey. I just had to bring that up.
I'm also very, very excited for that.
I had to bring that up.
I mean, I love Greek mythology in general, and so like seeing that. I remember when we watched. Was that when we watched Superman? Alex and I watched a movie. It was either Superman or it was Jurassic World. And like, I think it might have been Jurassic World because that
was the first one that had the Odyssey in it.
Yeah, but it was like so funny because like all of the trailers had finished. They like Regal did their whole little like roller coaster thing. Mm-hmm. Like we were like, oh, we're getting ready for the movie. And then immediately afterwards went a trailer. And like, it was like the same like green screen for a trailer. Yeah. And I was like, we already went through the roller coaster. Why is there another preview coming out? And then it was the Odyssey.
Because it's such a big deal right now that it's Chris Nolan's next movie. Yeah.
Yep. And when I looked at Alex and I went, of course Chris Nolan would be like, I'm going to take the dramatics right now.
They had to put you in like, all right, I'm ready for a movie now. Yep. And then, exactly.
And then here's the trailer. And then immediately after that, a bunch of dinosaurs. And I was like, this feels a bit abrupt, but like I see you and I'm excited. So I'm really excited for that. That comes out next year too, right? No.
Yes, July. Yeah? So 1 year. I think July 17th or 18th, something like that, next year.
Okay.
So 1 year. I'm excited. I read like half of the Odyssey at the beginning of this year, and then I got distracted and stopped reading it. So I want to reread the whole thing from beginning 10 before the movie comes out. Because it's a good poem. It's really well written. I love it. It's like one of the oldest pieces of literature that exists. Mm-hmm. It's so good. But yeah, I really when they first announced it, I started reading it. Because I was like, I want to watch this. I want to read this before it comes out. I want to see the comparison and difference. And from what I got from the trailer was like, they do really kind of stick to that poeticness with the lines.
Yeah.
Like I think John Bernthal was the one who was mainly speaking in the trailer or teaser, and it felt very poetic. It didn't feel like natural talking, which I think is a very cool way to go about this movie.
It's also a very specific way of acting too. I'm wondering like if it is still like that. Like, are all the actors going to be doing that? Like, and it's giving more like.
Or if it's just like certain scenes or something. Yeah, exactly. I'm very interested because it was such a short, it's not a trailer, it's a teaser. It was like, 10 seconds maybe. And you get like a shot of Tom Holland crying. You get a shot of John Bernthal. And I know exactly which character he is. I can't remember the name now, but he's like reminiscing on what could possibly have happened to Odysseus. And then you get a shot of Odysseus in the ocean on the raft, which is just like iconic. And that's actually right about as far as I got when I was doing my reread of it. So.
But I'm interested. Well, two things. One, did you know that the two of them are going to be in the new Spider-Man movie together?
Yep. I loved really the Punisher.
I never finished the last season.
I did. I liked that.
I need to finish that, but I loved him when he came back for Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, I didn't see that. I got to watch that.
But so that was my first like, I think this is funny. Y'all are in this movie, and then you'll be in another movie together. I do wonder, though, if they're going to, and I hope that they do, because it would make sense, but that the Odyssey is still rooted in, like, the mythology aspect of it, too, right? Because I know that, like, Christopher Nolan, most of his movies are, like, either realistic or, like, realistic adjacent, but, like, the Odyssey is filled with, like, there's, like, sea monsters and, like, cyclopes and, like, a sorceress. So
I think it will be, because just from the fact that when he's on that raft, that is like that key scene with like Poseidon and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so like I really think that he's giving us a hint. He's like, look, we're doing it properly.
Yeah.
And so I hope that that's what happens. Because there's also a Odyssey movie that came out this last year with Ralph, I don't know how to say his last name, Phineas, the guy who played Voldemort.
Oh, okay.
And I heard it wasn't good. It was called something like, it wasn't like the whole Odyssey. It was like about him returning home. So like the end of it. And I heard it wasn't great. But so I think that Christopher Nolan has the like capability of doing it right.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he won't do it right. Because like I said, I think I mentioned him earlier when I said like The Dark Knight. He pulled off that comic so well.
Yeah, but those were but that was like my thought is because they were so good, but they were also very based in like realism.
It is, yeah, because like the Joker's like the least super villain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like super.
Well, I mean, like even like Ra's al Ghul, like
exactly.
He stays alive forever, but he didn't actually stay alive in this one. So.
You're right. That's a good point. That is a good point. So we'll see. I'm really glad you mentioned that because I hadn't even thought about that. You're right.
That's just my fear. I could be wrong, and I hope to be wrong.
He is doing his epic things right now, though, like with the whole nukes situation in Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
So he is going big. So hopefully his next big thing, exactly. Hopefully his next big thing is mythology. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that. Any other thoughts on Superman?
Go watch it. It's great.
You should definitely watch Superman.
I want to go watch it again this week.
You should. I'm going to watch Jurassic World. That'll probably be our next episode then, most likely.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a couple more people discussing that one. That'll be fun.
I need to rewatch. I need to be on you. I need to rewatch the other 2 Jurassic Worlds before this one.
Yep. So I watched the second one recently. I'm going to watch the third one tomorrow, and then go watch this newest one. And so I'm excited. But this newest one is the first time that it's this new cast, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cool. Hopefully it works out well, in my opinion. You liked it?
I did.
Okay, I'm excited. It should be good. I really liked the second Jurassic World. I watched it with our friend Wish, and I was telling her how I like that it didn't fit the same formula of take kids to amusement park, dinosaurs escape, try to eat kids.
Yep.
And so I was really, really into that second Jurassic World, and I know that now it's in the actual world, right? And so I'm excited to see that because I haven't seen the third one at all, ever, not even once. And so this is all new to me.
No, it'll be a good time. That's all I'm gonna say. Because then we'll have more thoughts.
Yes, we got to talk about it. And so, with that being said, just everybody, welcome back to Flicks on Tap. More episodes to come, and we're gonna keep it going with all kinds of guests and stuff from now on. Bye.